Hey, it's Ricky Burke, CyberSec People here. So I'm here with my friend Barney, who works in the InfoSec space. So we're here together for the next instalment of Hacking into Security. So Barney's going to talk about his journey. I'll ask a few questions and we'll get his feedback. So, who are you?
I'm Barney. I'm early 20s guy who's still technically in university, but I've somehow made my way into the actual sort of industry, I guess you would call it, and probably more what I would think of the industry as a family, because it's very, very much a family in the way everyone sort of talks to each other and everything.
Okay, cool. So what's your job? What do you do?
So I am a security analyst. Basically what I do is, at a very, very high level, I just look at pretty graphs and pictures and all that on a dashboard. Obviously it's a little bit more in depth where, depending on what I see on the graphs, I go diving into logs. I do basically defense work instead of the offensive work for companies.
Okay, cool. So why do you do this type of job? How did you get there, or how have you ended up there?
So I mainly wanted to get into this industry because it's just so widely varying. So one day I may come in and may have to deal with, X thing, but then the next day or the next day after that, I then have to deal with, oh look, there's something else, something completely different that I've never done before, and I kind of have to learn on the fly basically. So it's very, very flexible in what you're doing. It's not very structured or rigid. Obviously I've got to do like certain tasks every day, but from that from what actually comes up from those tasks, I can do basically whatever, and it's very different, if that makes sense.
So I see lots of different vulnerabilities and threats.
Yes, most definitely lots of different threats like malware, there's attacks on websites, there's all sorts of fun stuff that I've got to look at and try and work out.
So the job's as open as the problems that you get?
Yes, most definitely, and as cybersecurity is a very open sort of problem space, it's very, very varying.
Okay, cool. So if you're happy to, or don't mind, talk us through your journey. How did you get to where you are now?
So I basically got to where I am now through the community. So maybe mid last year, I started to attend a local meetup around Australia called Sec Talks. Through Sec Talks, I kind of got through. To other different sort of communities online. So lockpicking, physical security, that sort of stuff, malware groups, all sorts of stuff like that. From there, in one of those communities, there was a post from someone that I know saying basically, look, my company's hiring for this security analyst job. Give us a shout if you want it, and I'll send you through the details. So I got basically a Seek advertisement job 2 or 3 days before it was supposed to go up on Seek, and I basically started talking with the manager, and then from there, because I was coming down for a conference that I'm helping run, OzSecCon, I had a in-person meeting, and then it was about 4 weeks later, I had the contract signed and was moved down in Melbourne because I was previously in Brisbane.
Okay.
So.
How did you get involved? So you mentioned about a conference or event. So how did you get involved in that?
Just again, basically knowing people. I do their website sort of stuff. So
okay.
And just general jobs. So I just basically they were saying, hey, look, we're running this event. Do you want, or does anyone want to help? And I put my hand up, and basically that's how I got into it.
Cool. So in terms of the job then, it was not online. It was someone from the community?
Someone from the community who works at the job.
Okay, cool. So you didn't apply online
No.
and compete with other people?
Nope. From what I can understand, not really.
Okay, good. So that's your journey, and obviously there's
Most definitely.
many journeys out there that we know about, different ways into the industry, just like many ways into a system.
Yes.
From what you know now, if you were, let's say, starting from scratch or advising a friend or brother or whatever, or sister, how to get into the industry, what would your top 3 pieces of advice be?
Top 3. So, number 1, I would recommend get involved with the community. Just full stop, just get involved into the community. It's one of the probably better ways to get into the job, into like the industry, because you get to know people, you get to know friends, you get to know or make friends, and then you just start hearing things, and then you can just sort of pick up on that and get into it. Another way I'd probably suggest is to get some sort of IT experience. So whether if you're just being like a help desk monkey or sysadmin or what have you, just get something there. Third thing is I would probably recommend doing your OSCP over, say, like a Bachelor of IT, which I'm doing because halfway through my degree, I kind of realised, oh, hey, look, I could have spent like 1/4 of the costs and be better off in the end. But yeah, that's probably the top 3 ways that I would recommend. Get involved with the community, get some sort of experience in IT, doesn't really matter what, and do your OSCP instead of like university or what have you.
Okay, that's your personal advice, and I suppose
Most definitely
what you tell other people. Great, well, look, appreciate the advice there, so thank you
No
for
problem.
that. And yeah, well, that's Barney's advice. I look forward to sharing more information with you. Take care.